Hey everyone, Jake here again from Lemon Bracket. Let's continue where we left off after setting up the Cloud9 account. Let's check the directory we're in. So we're still in the user directory under Workspace. And let's look at how we can create some files and just manage them and edit their contents. So the command we can use to create an empty file, if it doesn't already exist, is called touch. So if we go ahead and type touch, let's say hello.txt. So we'll see with the, let's check if it exists, ls, so it's still there. Let's find out what the contents of that file are like without actually editing or opening it. And the command we'll look at for that is called cat. So let's check the manual page for that. So you can see it basically, short description here along with the name saying can cat files and print on the standard output. So hit Q to quit and let's cat hello.txt and we see nothing. Takes us right back to the prompt, which makes sense. The file didn't exist. It says it created them empty, so there wouldn't be any content. So let's go ahead and actually edit this file and add some data to it. So we're going to use a little editor called Nano. So we check out the manual page for that. Short description here. Nano is another editor, so you can see what the Nano stands for. It says an enhanced free Pico clone. You don't really have to worry about like Pico or anything like that. It's basically just a text editor we can use right here from the command line. Really simple to use. So let's go ahead and test it out. Nano hello.txt. So I'm just tab completing, by the way, if you're seeing that filling in. So I'm typing part of the name, just hitting tab. It's filling in for me. And you'll see we're brought into this little application here, getting some information up top, like the file we're editing. Some shortcuts down here. It's Control and probably Command on Mac. So Control X, for example, is the one we'll look at to exit in this episode. So let's just add some content here, like say my name is Jake, and say type end at the end. So you notice I'm hitting enter, I'm typing like normal, using the arrow cursors to move around. But how do we get out of here? So we saw the shortcut that said Control X for exit, so we'll hit Control X. So now we see a prompt down here though, saying do we want to save the modified buffer. It's basically asking do we want to keep our changes, and then we see the three possible responses. Control C would cancel, yes to save them, and no to not. So you can just type the first letter, so just Y, and it'll take us to the next prompt, and it's asking us file name you'd like to write to. So we don't want to change the file name, even though I could. So I can use my backspace here and change it, you know, can call it like txt2, but we'll keep it the same and just hit enter. So the Nano exits and we're back here where we were. Let's do a cat on hello. And now you notice we actually have content. It kept the new lines. We see my name is Jake in the end. Let's just test editing it and not changing any contents. So hello, I'm just gonna hit Control X. So you notice when you don't do any edits, there's no prompts, nothing asking you do you want to save your changes or change the file name. Another thing we can do is maybe we don't like hello.txt, but we don't necessarily want to remove it yet. We would want to copy the file. So we can do man cp. And conveniently enough, just a nice little description here, copies files and directories. We're just going to look at the first set here, the first option. So we want to use the cp command. We're not going to give any options here or the T flag. We care about the source file and the destination name we're going to give it. So if we press Q to quit, let's do cp hello.txt and let's call it person.txt. Looks like it was successful. Do an ls. You notice we got both the files now. Let's check the contents. Person looks good. Hello looks good. Maybe I want to make an edit to person. Just add an extra line here. This is a series to learn about the terminal. And let's exit out of there, save our changes, keep the file name, hit enter, and let's double check. So person, got the new content, cat hello. But now I'm thinking, I don't really like that new text is in person, and maybe it makes more sense that it was in hello. So let's do a copy of person to hello, see if that works. Maybe I can just overwrite it. So person's the same, and hello's the same. So you notice doing a copy like that replaced the actual file. and so maybe I don't really need a person anymore. So a command we can use for that is rm. So let's take a look at that. So nice short description again, removes files or folder or directories, and we'll worry about directories in the next episode. So we see rm, set of options, and the file. So pretty straightforward. Let's rm person. Let's do an ls. Oh, you notice it's gone. We just got hello.txt in the readme md, which was created when we made this workspace. So, but maybe I don't like the hello text name anymore. Maybe I want to call it intro.txt. So a command to rename a file is mv. So let's take a look at the page. We'll see mv move rename files. So pretty much like copy if you look at that. So mv, set of options, a flag, all these being things we won't use this time, and the source and the destination. So let's quit. It's mv hello. Let's call it intro.txt. And let's do an ls. So it looks like we renamed hello to intro. Let's double check the contents. And it looks good. So yeah, you can see a couple short commands here. Not too bad to do a little bit of file management. I would play around with Nano some more, get used to it. It's a really handy text editor, and you can customize it, which is kind of cool. Maybe we'll talk about that in a future episode. And I just wanted to talk about why I didn't cover the man page on touch. I will bring it up here. The description of it is not the most helpful, saying touch change file timestamps. The line we're going to look at here is just saying a file argument, so they're talking about this argument up here, that does not exist is created empty unless one of these two flags is provided. So if we hit Q, the main reason I didn't talk about that is we're not going to do anything like file watching or changing the timestamps of these files, which is basically talking about when they're created, accessed, or modified. Maybe we'll cover that a bit later, but that's the main reason I didn't cover that one. I didn't want you to get confused about its description. Just know that you can use it to create new files if they don't already exist. And I'll see you next time when we work with directories.